This is the Nations Conspire channel. Welcome to today's show. Mark Zuckerberg did an interview on a popular podcast called The Theo Von Show. And I have to play for you some of the clips that aired during that podcast because they all revolve around the phone merging with your body. Some of these guys are openly talking about how the phone's going to be obsolete and the neural link and brain-computer interfaces are the future. We've heard the clips I played for you from Nokia at the World Economic Forum. Obviously, we've heard Elon Musk over and over and over again talk about getting these Starlinks up so you can never go offline, but also telling you that smartphones are going to be gone. In this interview, Mark Zuckerberg talks about a lot of the things that I've discussed over the years. And he openly talks about blending the physical realm and the digital realm and how we're going to interact with technology through our own eyes. So you won't need screens anymore. These are all things I've been trying to teach people out there so they could better understand it and how I believe this ties in to the mark of the beast. He talks about how with these glasses, the wearable technology, right? He's talking about these meta glasses that you wear where on your eyes, you can see right through your screen, through your eyeballs, you see a screen, right? Right through your eyeballs, you see the interface that you would normally see on a phone. This is preparation. Wearable technology is preparation for this technology to be inside of your body. And he openly talks about this when he goes into it about how flip phones became obsolete, how smartphones will eventually become obsolete. Then eventually these glasses will become obsolete because this tech is going to be inside of your body. I want you to listen to this clip and listen closely. Pay attention to some of the things that he's saying because he's talking about how in the future we will not need to own anything physically. We'll be able to do all of this stuff by creating holograms with our own eyes and seeing a world that we want to see through our own eyes. This digital realm is a hoax for the spiritual realm. That's what it is. It's make-believe. This is all witchcraft that is being used in the name of technology. It might sound crazy to you, but it's not if you pay attention to many of the verses in the Bible that talk about the spiritual realm. That's what the digital realm is being disguised as. Getting this tech inside of your body using things like telepathy, which he goes into detail about. He talks about how they'll have these neural interface wristbands on your wrist, and you'll be able to go from there and interact with your own mind. Listen to all of this stuff in this clip, including how in the future you will not need to own anything physically. And then the host of the show, who plays dumb, that's kind of what his character is. He kind of plays like a hick, and he doesn't really know, but he's really introducing his audience, like most of the alt-right media is, to this technology by playing dumb and saying, wow, that's neat. That's cool. I don't understand this stuff, but it seems like fun, right? Same thing we saw Ben Shapiro and the alt-right media do with the Google Vision or the Apple Vision Pro goggles, okay? These people are being used as operatives to get you on board with this technology. Nobody's talking about the spiritual aspect of any of this stuff. Nobody's talking about the dangers of this stuff. They're telling you flat out in this clip about how they're going to blend the physical and the digital realms, how holograms are going to become the new normal. So you're going to be seeing things that don't actually exist through your own eyes while living in this real reality that we're in. So in other words, you'll be sitting in your living room and out of your own eyes, you could see, oh, a beautiful woman in a bikini, or you could see a cartoon dog running through your living room. They are blurring the realities together. They are mixing the realities together, all in the name of technology and entertainment and fun. And he goes on to show you flat out that he was in the back and he put this technology on. He even holds up the 666 hand sign while he's demonstrating this technology. It couldn't be more obvious. Pay attention to that and pay attention to how physical things will not be needed in the future, because this ties back into the World Economic Forum, how you'll own nothing and be happy while they burn everything on the Earth's surface using weather modification, weather control, and every other thing that they're going to do by creating false wars and blowing things up and creating all these supply chain issues with tariffs and everything else. They want you to live as a prisoner inside of this digital realm and expect you to be happy. And that's what they mean when they say you'll own nothing and be happy. Listen to this in its entirety.
But then the main thing is their AI glasses. So you can glasses, I think, are like the perfect form factor for a device where if you want to have an AI that you let see what you see, hear what you hear, it can talk to you. You can talk to it throughout the day. I think glasses that's like, yeah, if you want to have something that has the same context to the world that you do, it's going to be glasses. And there's like a billion or 2 billion people in the world who wear glasses already. So to me, the chance that we look back like a decade from now and like all those glasses aren't AI glasses by that period, it's kind of like obviously all the flip phones were going to become smartphones, right? I mean, that was clearly a thing that was going to happen. I think that's going to happen with glasses too. But the other piece of this is that you're going to get the ability to kind of put holograms in the world, right? So our experience with technology today is, I don't know, it's kind of funny in a way how it's divided, where it's like we have the physical world all around us. And then if you want to interact with something digital, you need to like put a screen up, right? So maybe it's like this, you have your small glowing rectangle, your phone with you, you have like, your screen if you want to like project something.
Yeah, your computer.
But I think in the not too distant future, this should be blended together, right? You'll have like the physical world, but all this digital stuff should just basically be holograms. You shouldn't need like a physical screen. Like there's no reason why in the future, you want to have a screen there. You'll just have glasses and that screen will be a hologram.
Right. And that's what
you'll see it.
That's what you put me in.
Yeah.
Somebody put me in a damn.
Yeah. No, that's
final season of Stranger Things back there.
Yeah.
I got put in whatever they put on me. It was like lens crafters makes lens crafters look pretty, lame.
Well,
it's different. It was crazy. I'll say it was like, can I say what happened to him?
Yeah.
It was, so you put the glasses on and it's like an advancement of the pair that you have on now, right? So it's like years down the line. How many years down the line do you realistically think that those could?
I'm hoping that we'll have a version of that as a product in a few years, but it's
like
going
4 years or 8 years.
Hopefully closer to 4,
Okay.
or even less. But it's, I think that there will still be simpler glasses like this, and then there will be more complex glasses. Those will be more expensive. There's more
Right. It's what do
technology
you
packed
want,
into them.
kind of.
Yeah, but so some people will want like more tech. They'll want the holograms. Some people just want a simple experience where it's like, all right, I got the AI, I got the ability to listen to music and phone calls and do all that. And then obviously the less tech that you put into them, the thinner they can be, which, I mean, some people like bulky glasses. Some people want thin glasses. And
it was fascinating.
Yeah.
They had a thing on my wrist, right? Like
neural interface.
A neural interface?
You can basically control the glasses with your mind through signals that you're sending from your brain to your hand.
Yes, it was fascinating. It was like I could touch different nodules that I needed to and stuff, or different nodes, whatever it's called. I could look at certain things and that would highlight what it was. And it was like it was just a screen in midair. And I could walk around the side of the room and then come back and the screen would still be there, but it wasn't really there in real life. It was just there with the glasses on.
Yeah, it's a hologram.
Yes. And it was crazy, man. I don't know. And then I was like, my first thought was like, how do you just get people to adapt to this? Because people aren't just going to go from where we are right now to adapt. And then I realized, okay, there's different stair steps. There's like almost like when you got the first smartphone, like you're saying, and then an advanced, or the first mobile phone, and then you have the first meta glasses, and then it advances and stuff like that. So it was fascinating. There was a part where me and another man who I just met him, and we played ping pong, and I believe it was an Asian guy, and I don't know if they did that on purpose or not, and I don't know if ping pong is Asian, but people think it is. And I started playing with this man back there, and the table, huh?
Did you win?
Dude, who knows? We're in the future. I don't know if they keep score. I think everybody gets a medal.
No, you definitely keep score.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. And then in our future, not everyone gets a medal.
Yeah, I like that.
No, it's...
Are you not
Yeah, no,
entertained?
it's like, that's more,
Oreo, fire up the grill.
Yeah, no, it's...
Loser burns. But no, we could play a game and it was not real. It was a ping pong table in front of us that was not real.
It was like 3D ping pong.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't there.
Uh-huh.
Someone could ride their bike through, like your dumb brother could ride his freaking bike. Like, Dang it.
Yeah.
Ricky, bro, you freaking rode right through our net.
So, I mean, I think it's an interesting thought experiment how many of the things that we physically have
That's what's
aren't going to
fascinating
need to be
me.
there in the future, right? So pretty much every screen doesn't need to be there, right? It'll just be a hologram. Any media, any book that you're playing, any board game,
That
any
will be
cards,
nice.
those are, yeah.
That'd be nice, because one thing I hate is at the airport, all these TVs are on our. It's
Yeah.
like everything is so loud now. It's like, can you just make it for you?
Just turn it down.
Why
Yeah,
does
personalize it.
Why
Yeah.
do we all have to experience this
Yeah, no, exactly.
painful noise sometimes?
Yeah, it's like you're driving through a city and there's billboards and nothing is personalized. It's like how TV used to be, right? I mean, in the future, now like all the stuff that you use on your phone, it's like you get exactly what you're interested in, and it's just a much higher quality experience.
Yeah.
But there's all this physical stuff that just stuck, right, and is static, and yeah, I mean, everything I think is going to be able to. Sorry, not everything, but I think it's an interesting thought experiment how much of the stuff that we physically have today that just doesn't actually need to exist in the future. So
They had a thing on my wrist, right? Like
neural interface.
a neural interface.
Yeah, I mean, you could basically control the glasses with your mind through signals that you're sending from your brain to your hand.
Yes, it was fascinating. It was like I could touch different nodules that I needed to and stuff, or different nodes, or whatever it's called.
So there was a lot to take out of that clip, and I put that ending clip back in there. I repeated that part where he talked about the interface in his wrist interacting with his mind. Did you notice how they showed you while he was talking about that? He was holding up the 666 hand sign while he had these meta glasses on, and he talked about how you could think with your mind. You could send messages through signals from your mind to your wrist. And he was also discussing, Zuckerberg was talking about how the flip phone became obsolete. And we went from a flip phone to a smartphone. And all these guys are talking about, from Zuckerberg to Bezos, all of them, they've openly talked about how brain-computer interface is the future, that smartphones will be gone. They're telling you that this tech is going to go in your body. Now think to yourself about the Bible in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verses 16 through 17. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Think about that, where he was talking to you right there about the wrist and the mind, the hand and the mind, going in coordination with one another, where you could receive this mark in either your hand or your mind, and you wouldn't be able to buy or sell without it. So then think to yourself about how they're getting rid of cash and they're making you pay for everything with your phone. They're making you go into stadiums, have to scan barcodes with your phone. They're making you go to restaurants. You have to bring up the menu with your phone, making it so you can't live without your phone. But at the same time, they're telling you your phone's going to become obsolete. The mark. This will be something that's embedded in you. And all that stuff you heard Zuckerberg talk about with seeing this interface through your eyes, where you don't need a screen anymore. You don't need to look down at your phone. You don't need a television screen. You'll be able to see this through your own eyes. And other things can be interacting in the same space at the same time, but you'll see this interface through your eyes. That is what we're headed towards. So if you're not going to be able to buy or sell in the future without a smartphone, right? That's all we're hearing about. Boarding passes, can't print them anymore. Better have a smartphone if you want to get on a plane and come to the airport. If you don't have your digital ID, which will be on your phone, you're not going to be able to travel. Soon you'll be able to drive without these things, right? But if you don't have a phone, how do you do it? Well, you don't. You're left out of society, kind of like they told you in 2021, where if you didn't poison yourself, you were going to be left out of society, right? But then at the same time, they tell you that all this stuff's digital, everything's going to be bought and sold on the internet, but there won't be phones anymore. Thus a mark of the beast. Now, the other thing in there, again, was him talking about owning nothing and you'll be happy. This goes back to the World Economic Forum, right? You own nothing and be happy. While they destroy the Earth's surface, which is what their plan is, they expect you to live in this digital realm and be happy. Oh, you could go to Hawaii. It's free. Put your goggles on. You could go there with your favorite celebrity and sit on the beach. And most of these people will say, that's wonderful and that's great, because they're making the world such a hellish place to live in that people will just say, you know what, I'd rather live there than interact with my human neighbor, right? Bible talks about people growing cold. Well, we're seeing that happening right now. based on politics that they're creating. They're creating the division, divide and conquer, right? Then they want you and expect you to be happy living in a world where you own nothing. But you'll be happy because you'll be able to live in a different reality, a digital realm, because they're trying to end the physical realm. They're trying to remove everything from the physical realm. And when they say you'll own nothing and be happy, what they're really talking about is, again, destroying everything on the surface, which brings me to this other clip that I need to play for you, because I've covered Zuckerberg and his underground bunker, right? I've talked about all these celebrities, the Kardashians, Oprah, they all have these underground bunkers, right? Yet these are the same people who censor people like us from talking about these world events that they're creating, what's going to happen. They say, oh, that's all misinformation. Oh, they're creating trauma in people's minds. They're making people depressed. Well, all the same people like Zuckerberg who are censoring free speech are building out underground bunkers, right? So here's a clip of Zuckerberg talking about an underground bunker, but trying to make it seem like it's a storage facility, right? Yeah, that makes sense. You know, he couldn't just build giant bunkers above ground to store whatever he needs to store. Well, that's because it's not a storage facility, but these guys are now in panic mode because these are the people that need to convince you to go along with their technology in the future. Musk, Zuckerberg. So they can't have it look like, oh, these people are in on it. These people are bad people. Have you noticed how they've tried to spin Zuckerberg into a Trump guy now, just like they spun Musk into a Republican Trump guy now? Because they want you on board with this technology. They don't want you to think that there's a conspiracy here. And all these big tech guys know what's coming because these are the people responsible for what they're doing right now. And it's only going to get worse. And he talks in this clip about, well, I do have an underground tunnel, but it's more like a storage facility. Listen to this.
You're like a damn emperor, dude. Does that feel like that ever?
No. Man, it's like I feel like I wish that people did what I wanted them to do. It's like that would be fun. But in the meantime, you can have some fun.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I would have a chopper. I don't even know what I would have. I would have an underground tunnel, even that it came right back up next to where it started.
I do have an underground tunnel.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yeah.
In USA?
I have this ranch in Kauai. Yeah. Where there's this whole thing where people were like, there's this whole meme about how people are saying I built this like bunker underground. It's like more of underground storage type situation. But yeah, no, it's
oh, wow. Zucky got that bunky. What's under the ground is more water, right?
It's basically what you just said. It's sort of a tunnel that just goes to another building.
Yeah.
But it's
a good place to hide a little bit of dope, though. That's what I would say, dude. Those are the good. That's what I would do anyway. But
well, you and I differ there.
Yeah.
So there he is admitting to something that we've all covered over the years. We've all been told we're conspiracy nuts for talking about his underground bunker. And remember, like I said, think of it from that perspective. These people call us conspiracy nuts. They call us neurotic. Oh, we're fear mongers. We're talking about underground bunkers because the world is ending and this is coming and that's coming, right? And they go, don't listen to these guys. These guys are making you panic, right? But all these same people are the ones building underground bunkers. And they're all the ones who are conspiring together, so they know that something is coming because they plan on destroying the Earth's surface. And they're storing all this stuff up underground as we speak. In Antarctica, underneath their homes. Then what do you think they're storing under there? They're storing large amounts of food supply. I mean, we know that Bill Gates is sucking carbon out of the air to store underground so they can farm underground, right? These are things that are occurring right now. And Zuckerberg makes it seem like, oh, it's just a storage facility, right? But here's a clip that aired on Hawaiian News a few months ago about his doomsday bunker, where they literally will show you the blueprint, where his bunker underground has many bedrooms underground. So it doesn't look like he's just storing things underground. It looks like he's got plans to live under there for a long period of time.
Mele Kalikimaka, everyone. First at 6, tech billionaire Mark Zuckerberg is speaking out for the first time about his so-called doomsday bunker under his 1,500-acre property on Kauai's North Shore. As our Eddie Dowd reports, it's nearly the size of a basketball court.
Over the years, Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg has increased the size of his now 1,500-acre property on Kauai's North Shore. Word of a secret underground bunker on the compound made national headlines earlier this year. Now the tech billionaire is speaking on camera about it for the first time. News of the bunker first broke last year in an extensive article on Wired.com headlined, "Inside Mark Zuckerberg's Top Secret Hawaii Compound." It described a large, self-sufficient underground bunker with what appeared to be a blast-resistant door. In a rare interview released last week with Bloomberg's The Circuit, Zuckerberg was asked about it.
You do have a bunker there. Is there something you know that we don't?
No, I think that's just like a little shelter under, and it's like a basement.
A little shelter. What are you worried about?
It's a basement.
H&N obtained the county's planning documents that show a nearly 4,500 square foot underground storm shelter. That's about the size of an NBA basketball court and about 2/3 the square footage of Iolani Palace. It also shows a tunnel connecting the shelter to the ground level.
It doesn't surprise me that somebody would think, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Tom Tizek has been a realtor in Hawaii for 25 years.
In all of my years of selling real estate, I've maybe sold 1 or 2 homes with basements, if that.
Tizek says he's never seen one of that size in Hawaii, but given the size of Zuckerberg's entire above-ground compound, the size of the underground shelter is small. He also points out Kauai's past history with hurricanes like Iniki.
It's not unreasonable when you have the financial ability to do something that protects you and your family. So I would say that doesn't surprise me, and I don't think it's absurd.
While Zuckerberg doesn't deny the existence of the shelter, he says it's just a small part of his ranch.
We have the basic house that we built, and we built like an office out there because I work out there. And then just like there's just a bunch of storage space and like, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, hurricane shelter or whatever. I think it got like blown out of proportion as if the whole ranch was some kind of like doomsday bunker, which is just not true.
Yeah, so it must just be a conspiracy, right? He's got storage units underground, doesn't want them above ground because he's afraid of a hurricane coming through Hawaii, right? He couldn't just build some type of really strong structure. How about some carbon-friendly structure that they tell you are resistant to hurricanes? That propaganda they put out in Florida. Oh, build your house to be carbon-friendly, and a hurricane won't conveniently wipe it out because we'll steer our tornadoes and our hurricanes away from your facility because you have a smart home and you're playing by the rules and you're building your straw homes the way we tell you to build your straw homes. He couldn't build something so strong that it couldn't blow over. Of course he could. He's worth billions of dollars. He's got an underground bunker, and it's not just so that they can put these things underground and they don't want to be found when this stuff happens. They don't want to be located. Now, it's highly likely when all this stuff goes down that most of them will be in Antarctica, most of the celebrities, but maybe they have fears that they might get stuck or left behind or caught up somewhere when it goes down. So they just want to make sure they have their own under their own home because they don't want you to go there and actually knock on their doors and search for them and hunt them down when you realize that they're the ones responsible, that all of us conspiracy theorists who have been warning about this for years, we're right all along, and we don't care if people kiss our rear ends and tell us that we're right. We just want it to be stopped. We want people to see what's actually happening. All I care about is people pay attention to this technology and don't, get tricked into thinking that, Mark of the Beast is Sunday worship. Right? It's nothing to do with the tech because the same people telling you that are sitting on their phones 24/7 and don't want to believe that it has anything to do with technology. Right? Oh, you won't be able to buy or sell unless you worship on Sunday law, right? Oh, okay, that makes no sense whatsoever. And they say, well, there's worship involved with the Mark of the Beast. Well, guess what? There'll be worship involved with artificial intelligence. Because when people start realizing what energy harvesting is and how these gigantic quantum computers need vast amounts of energy, they'll start telling you that, well, we could generate energy through worship, right? You naturally give energy out like the witches talk about. And then you're energy harvesting and you're actually worshiping the AI beast. That's all stuff that's actually coming. So we look at this and it's laughable. The size of his underground bunker, right? And how they could dismiss it. That's why they pick people like Theo Vaughn, okay? They pick these guys who dismiss the technology and they're like, whoa, that's crazy. Whoa. Oh, you have an underground bunker. Oh, I'd store dope in my underground bunker, right? They dismiss it. It's a form of mind control to get the audience out there to just laugh off what these people are doing, which is conspiring against all of us. That's why they put them on these shows. They would never have someone like Mark Zuckerberg ever speak with me. Of course not. Then I'm not looking to speak with him anyway. Not looking to be in the same room with them because I'll probably end up in jail. But they put them on these shows because these characters make all this stuff seem like it's crazy. And then when they kind of go, oh, you do have an underground bunker. Oh, it's just like a storage facility, right? Oh, well, let's look at the blueprints. You got 6 bedrooms down there. What are you storing? What are you storing in the bedrooms? I mean, you probably have locks in the doors. You probably are storing humans down underneath there. But realistically, what do you got bedrooms for if it's just in case there's a hurricane, we'll all go underground for a little while. Well, can't you just build a home that's so strong that it's hurricane proof? Because you can, right? I mean, other countries, the way they used to build things with brick and stone. You ever notice how those houses are still standing? And you go, wow, look at that house, right? You might watch like House Hunters or something. You see an old brick home, like it's from the 1700s. You go, wow, that's pretty incredible. It's still standing up. Yet they teach us and tell us the last 7,500 years, build your house with plastic, and these houses are blowing over. I mean, it goes back to the Three Little Pigs, right? We're building our homes out of straw, so conveniently they can easily come in and wipe them out. And nobody's thinking about, hey, maybe we should build stronger homes instead of worrying about No. Nobody's thinking at all, right? So Zuckerberg could have easily done something like that. Doesn't need an underground bunker, but he's just one of millions of these people. Tom Cruise. How many celebrities have I covered over the years? Kardashians going on TV on their reality show, buying an underground bunker. Kanye, right? Because they all know what's coming, because they're the ones who are conspiring for what's coming. And it all ties into the stuff you heard in that clip, right? The digital realm and the physical realm. First, merging them together, which is what they've been doing. And then getting people to reside in this digital realm where they could summon things that they want instead of owning physical. We don't need to own a table, just summon one or think of one, right? The brain interacting with the neural interface, which he talks about being on the wrist. Well, eventually this is in the body. So when you hear Theo Von in that clip, he said, hey, how are we going to get people into it? He literally was saying, how are people going to get on board? Well, easy. People like you are transitioning them in. Oh, look, if you told them that this next wave was just going to be implanted in people, they would go, I'm not doing that. Oh, but it's a wristband, right? It's like a little bracelet you wear. Oh, well, you've already been indoctrinated with the Apple Watch, so what's the big deal? Oh, and then the bracelet and the glasses connect with one another. Oh, cool. Then eventually, this stuff's all in your body, right? And interacting with your brain and is interacting with computer interfaces and quantum computing. You don't even know what's going on. So this is what we're headed towards. And they talk about it on these shows, and it goes right over everyone's head. They're just like, cool. I don't need a TV screen anymore. I could see it through my eyes. That's how dumbed down people have become. And then they come over to channels like this, like, this guy's out there, man. And then when it happens, they'll still say it. It's the same as the outbreak. We all warned about it ahead of time. Then it comes, and we're like, okay, well, at the very least, it should wake a lot of people up. It should have woke everybody up. And it didn't wake everybody up. We talked about the lockdowns, how they needed to lock people down. They were going to experiment with social distancing, right? Carbon, because it ties into the carbon footprint and the behavior of the carbon footprint. What happened? They put propaganda out there about how we're all conspiracy nuts, and those people bought it. 50% of the population, at least. The other 50% who woke up and said, oh, I'm not going to take that crap. They still support the same president who claimed to be the father of it, right? So they're under the same spell as the rest of the masses. But there's another clip, folks. It's coming. This technology is coming under the skin, right? Think about all those episodes I've done talking about under the skin, from Russell Brand's show to Yuval Harari to Klaus Schwab, under the skin, under the skin, under the skin. And the more they get you conditioned into wearing the wearable tech, you won't even realize the transition occurs from going to that to in you. Because eventually they'll go, the glasses are annoying. I don't like how I look in these glasses, right? That's coming. Right? I don't want to look like a dork wearing these glasses around all the time. I don't, I got perfect vision. I don't want to wear these things. And they go, well, guess what? We'll make it a little bit more sexy for you. You could put them in, put it under the skin. You don't even need glasses. What? Cool. Yeah, because you don't want to leave your home and forget your glasses, right? Or your little neural interface wristwatch, whatever it is, Swatch watch that you slap on. I mean, it's very easy to see where we're headed. And these people are not hiding it. It's just a matter of people grasping what they're saying. And when people like Theo Von dismiss this stuff or talk about it like it's radical, it's cool. Whoa, I was playing ping pong with somebody in China. I don't know. We're going participation awards, right? That's how the mind dismisses the severity of what this technology really is. And you don't hear any of them ever talk about the mark of the beast, just like you don't hear any churches talk about the mark of the beast. And then the people you hear talk about it, you try to be rational with them and say, hey, we all want to know, we all need to figure this out together and try to lead people away from being deceived into it. And they're just hell-bent on things like Sunday law. I mean, everything, it's Sunday law. It's the Vatican. How are you going to be able to buy, so you won't be able to buy or sell without Sunday law? And then they just go, and you don't understand the worship aspect. No, you don't understand the worship aspect and energy harvesting. Have you heard about how they're talking about these big quantum computers needing excess amount of energy that is going to be so ridiculous the grid can't handle it? Well, do you know what energy harvesting is? And you know what witches do when they do spells and they do these rituals? They harvest energy through worship, right? Eventually, it's coming where they're going to start talking about, hey, you could do, people can gather and chant and with positive energy, they could empower this AI system, and give worship to it, because without the AI system, humanity wouldn't be able to survive anyway, because we'd all be dead without AI. You don't think we're headed towards that? Of course we are. These people already worship their technology and don't even realize it. And then eventually this technology is in your body. And these people still go, oh, these guys are conspiracy nuts, right? So there's Zuckerberg talking about what the plan is in the future. They're not hiding it, even bringing up his underground bunker. But the majority of people will laugh it off, dismiss it. But the truth of the matter is that the truth itself is in plain sight, and none of them are hiding it. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.